What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with Heart and Hustle Houston, Season 1, Episode 2, The Good, The Bad, and The Fine. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop, y'all. Please. What I need y'all to do? Hit the like button so I can stay in the algorithm. Yeah, sometimes I forget to say that, okay? Other than that, this episode was just okay. I don't think it's going to be long, but it was okay. And then following this, I will have Ready to Love. Yeah. Okay. Y'all, so the episode starts with Elena. She's talking about her and Josh and how they opened up the makeup studio, and then they both closed it because she now wants to venture out on her own, and she has opened up her own makeup lounge. I forget the name of it, but she has serviced a whole lot of celebrities. Elena and Josh sit down and talk, and they both agree that separating their businesses is good. They also feel like they're moving in a more healthier direction as it relates to their relationship, right? So they both are level-headed people to me, and they didn't talk about therapy. So Josh declined couples therapy, but he'd rather have his own self-therapy. He actually thinks that both of them should have individual therapy. And she said it was okay, but she was crying. And I really think she wanted him to agree to couples therapy, but she says she's fine with it. And it seemed like she's not fine with it. In fact, there's a part of me that feels like she is really over this relationship. Like, there is a part of me that feels like Elena doesn't want to be in a relationship. She's not present. They both are not present with one another. It's like they're just going along to get along. And it seems as though, as individuals, they get along really, really well. I can't say what they are as a couple because we have not had a chance to see that. But as two individual people that are not together, they just seem like they get along better in that space, if that makes sense. Munir, I always forget how to say her name. Apparently her mom lives with her and Norm, right? She have a beautiful family, and they're getting ready to take some more family photos, I guess, for her content and whatnot. And I just want to say, y'all, shout out to Chris from Houston Family Empire. Y'all, he's married to one of the cousins. Like, we really need Carlos King to bring season 2 back because we really like that show. I really like that show. So, listen, Carlos, okay, I know you don't watch my channel because, like I said last night, I'm not that big, okay? However, shout out to my cousin. We need you to bring Family Empire Houston back, okay? Because they was funny. Okay, they was fun. All right, and we need to know the relationship between them sisters and that wayward daddy. Okay. But shout out to Chris. Okay, because we see him venturing out. Like, you go from one Carlos King show to the other. Okay, I'm not mad at that. So apparently, Munir, Mom, and Norm doesn't really see eye to eye. Norm tells Munir, he compliments her and let her know that she's doing a good job with, as a wife, as a mother, and she says she's trying to be, the best mom and a wife she can be. She wears a whole lot of hats, and apparently they don't spend enough time together. And y'all, I just really need y'all to see that being a wife and a mom, while those things could be great, it is even better to wear the hat of an individual. It's okay. It's okay to be yourself in a marriage while you're mothering. And I wish I would have known that before. I mean, I was never married, but as it relates to being a mother, I only knew how to just be a mom, but never knew how to be. If y'all see my videos, y'all know my real name is Erica. So it's hard. It was hard to separate mom from Erica. And for me now, because my daughter has graduated high school, it was over a year ago. I am now getting acclimated. I've gotten acclimated to being just Erica and understanding what I want and what I need. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, and as I always say, but this review ain't about me. This about Munir right now. So we get to Ro. She puts in her resignation over at the Victory Lounge. She says she has not been appreciated for all the work that she puts in. She didn't say that, but we're just gonna go verbatim. I mean, we're just gonna, not verbatim, but make it do what it do. She says she wants more free time in her life. Apparently, she wants to date. She's literally talking to her daughter. I was like, okay, all right, whatever. It's fine. Munir over back at Munir, and you know what? This was pretty much her episode. This was pretty much her episode. So apparently, Munir mom and dad separated a while back. She said her mom still has some type of resentment about the separation, or maybe about what happened that caused them to separate. And she said she found herself in the middle between her mom and dad's, back and forward. And so now it's happening between her mom and Norm. Well, she finds herself in the middle. Well, now she wants Norm and her mom to to take her out and just kind of get to know her, so everybody can live in some sort of peace. But we really, for me, because I'm a teeny bit nosy, just a smidget, girl, why your mama don't like your husband? That's what we need to know, because I feel like they was skating over that. Like, they was talking about everything but the reason why, unless I missed it. And sometimes I have a habit of missing things, okay? So we just need to know why your mama don't like Norm, or, why does she think he's just quiet, or what's happening? So the ladies, Labrina, Munir, and Ro, they all get together. And they're all talking about what's happening in their life. Munir is letting the ladies know about her and Norm not spending much time together, but they are working on date nights and stuff. Ro is telling the ladies that she was always married to her job. Now she wants to be in love. She felt like she's never been in love before. And she was with her daughter's dad out in Florida, but he was indicted. And she lived the lifestyle. She said she was going to go to the baby's chop shop, but as she got there, she was in the chop shop. She was like, no, the Lord must have got in her ear and told her, go ahead and have that baby, because she wanted to have that baby. And she said it was hard and it was a struggle being a single mom. And I know everything about that, the struggle of being a single mother. It ain't easy, but we make it work. All right. So the ladies compliment and validate Ro in that moment, and I was here for that. I'm sorry. So in the next scene, Munir and her mama Diane, she's speaking with her mom about what her expectations for her mom and Norm's relationship to be. She would like them to spend time together so they can kind of be on the same path, to be at peace, just as she told Norm. So she was like, okay, we're going to be fine, and this and that, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Next scene. So it is Chloe's husband, 50th birthday. And so her and her daughters, and so I guess it was supposed to be Nico, but I don't think she got full confirmation. But she called him while she was at the gravesite to attend the memorial she had for him, and there were other family members that actually showed up as well. So I'm not sure if she goes every year or every anniversary. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I need some medicine. Anyway, I'm not sure if she go every year, every year of his passing, or every birthday, or whatever, just whenever she feel like it. But this time they wanted to do a dedication, and she cried. And what made me feel so bad for her, she was like, this wasn't the 50th party I was wanting to plan. So they have talked in the past before his passing about what that party was going to look like, and I guess whatever she was going to do, because she's an event planner. And even when they showed her doing event planning, when production went back to show her event planning, it was very beautiful. Like, she seems like she does an amazing job, like top tier. Anyway, that scene was really hard for her, because you can tell she's the type of person that she like not wear her emotion on her. She wants to be emotional, but she's so seemed tough, right? I don't want to use the wrong word. And it seemed like her crying while the cameras was there was very uncomfortable. Her crying, like, but when she was in production, when she said in her confessional, she literally really broke down. And I felt bad for her, having to be able to go from a married person and then less than 2 years, did she say 2 years or 2 months, lose her husband, and then have to transition to a single mother, and now always having to care for one child, and now you're having to care for three, being a single mom. So I bet the transition for her was really, really hard, because we don't expect that. When we get with someone, we don't expect breakups to happen. We don't expect for sudden passings to occur. Like, we don't expect those things, but unfortunately things happen. And again, my prayers definitely go out to her and her family. Anyway, in the next scene, Labrina called Munir, and she tells her that she's going to invite all the girls to the rodeo. Y'all know they have the rodeo in Houston every year. And I'm not much of a rodeo girl, but I heard it was really, really dope. And I think one day I probably want to venture in and head out down 45. Okay. Anyway, so we get to the rodeo. Elena is still feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the comment Chloe made about Josh, about him not being fine, right? And so she pulls Elena to the side, and she was like, listen, I just want to clear some things up. I just didn't like the comment that you made about my husband. And Chloe was taken aback, and it's like, sis, you really can't be taken aback, because you did make the comment intentionally to be ugly. Like, you didn't have to say that. It didn't even if you felt it, you didn't have to say it. And what if, and as she stated, as Elena stated, what if the shoe was on the other foot? Even with your husband, your husband being gone, and somebody said, oh, your husband's not that attractive, you are probably gonna flip over some tables. So what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. And Chloe is one of those people to me that just wants to, on the side of this, her, about her husband. Anything else, she just wants to be over the top, and she want to be too much. And for me, I don't like that, because I'm looking at you like, are you really a girl's girl? Like, again, even though Josh is not your cup of tea, it doesn't mean you have to say it. And the fact that you and Elena have been friends or been knowing each other for so long, if you really felt this way, you probably should have said something to her. But you waited till the camera started rolling, and I'm pretty sure you're a little bit different now since the cameras are rolling. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. And so Chloe says in her confessional, Elena must not be as happy as she is if that comment offended her. Again, Chloe, that don't mean that. That meant what you said was disrespectful. What you said was out of pocket. It wasn't never about my marriage. It's just about what you are saying about the person that I love. Like, it wasn't even necessary. So yeah, she expect the apology, but it doesn't have any bearings on her marriage. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't like that. Instead of you just apologizing, you're making it more than what it is. And I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm already, as much as I feel bad for Chloe, we can go ahead and push that out the way. Chloe is probably my least favorite. She just one of them people that loves to keep it real, but there are some people who is just rude as a motherfucker, okay? And keeping it, in terms of keeping it real, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, we meet a woman named Shaniqua, right? Shaniqua speak to Latoria. Latoria don't know who she is. She was like, oh, hey, like, man, why would you have a full-fledged conversation with a woman you don't even know or don't remember? First of all, you as a grown-ass woman, you're supposed to say, oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I don't remember you. Please forgive me, but where do I know you from? Not having a whole conversation with somebody you don't know and have her to go talk to your friends. And then say, oh, her name sounds familiar, but I still don't know who she is. So you have introduced a total stranger to all of your friends. Girl, please go away from me with this. Like, that was very cringy. And then Shaniqua sits down and introduces herself to the girls. And the look on, and maybe it's production, is always production that's doing something shady. So the look on the girls' faces was just like, And so Shaniqua, Chloe asked her, was she a cougar? Ma'am, nobody ain't giving away they wolf coochie but you to them YNs. Man, please get up out of our face with this, okay? So Shaniqua was like, no, she basically, I'm the sugar baby type. I have my own coin, but I want to spend the older man's coin. And for some reason, I kind of call cap, but whatever. Again, my opinion, all right? This whole scene was very awkward to me. Like, I was like, ugh. It was just awkward for so many reasons, but this scene was very awkward to me. Okay. So then Chloe, was that the same scene? Okay, so Chloe and Latoria go over to get some drinks. And so she tells Latoria how Elena had a conversation with her about, the whole Josh comment. And Latoria tells Chloe, like, you should not have said that. And I'm just looking at Chloe like, ma'am, why are you acting like you have the audacity when you were the one who made the comment and the girl told you stop? And she pulled you to the side. But hold up, I meant to clock Elena earlier because, ma'am, here are the rules. Here are the rules to life. Where you act up is where you gonna get beat up. Okay? So when she acted a fool, you should have got on her then. Okay? But I get it. We all know Elena is a class act, as from last week. It's always the look of everything, the aesthetics of everything. Optics is everything with Elena. Anyway, Latoria, messy ass, decides to tell Chloe that Elena says she can't pull a man like Josh. And she was like, pull a man like Josh? I don't even want Josh. Yeah, because Josh's too old for you. Anyway, Chloe said, she thought everything between her, she said it in her confessional, like she thought everything between her and Elena was over, but clearly this is just the beginning. So, ma'am, how are you going to pick up, me asking, how are you going to pick up beef when you was the one who started it? She talked to you about it and she ended it there. So now you having a conversation with this lady over here who should have never told you none of this, and now there's this tip. Rude. Sorry, y'all, I have my window open. Why is my window open? The tension starts here. And it's like, at the end of the day, At the end of the day, ma'am, you was the one that started it. So it is what it is. Elena is over and done with it. Me, I don't want to hear about it no more, so it don't need to come back up next week. But she was confiding in Latoria. But I get why Elena is a bit standoffish, just a little bit, but you still kind of gave the girls a whole lot of your business. And Latoria, you was messy boots for giving up that information. But hey, we here for the mess. That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. Anyway, the next video y'all will see is I'm sorry, y'all, Ready to Love. And then tonight I will bring y'all the Real Housewives of Miami as well as Sisters. Okay, after I finish these videos, I am going to go take a little nap. Child, I thought it was still 3-something. It's not. Anyway, if you have not, make sure on your way out you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, all right.